Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am making the long-awaited lock tutorial. These are also going to be an extended locks video because they are super long. I'll show you what it looks like. They go all the way down to my butt. These are already trimmed, so they were a lot longer than this to begin with. I have my hair braided all the way down in this particular instance because I was gonna wear my hair in these box braids and put like beads on them and stuff. I do not suggest braiding your hair down all the way to the end. What I've usually done in the past is just braid really tight at the root and then stop maybe like an inch down, inch or two down, and that's it. And then the rest is 2-strand twist all the way down. It depends on what I have on hand. What products I use whenever I do my faux locks. This time I use the Shea Moisture Raw Shea Butter Extra Moisture Detangler, and then I used for like my edges or like the perimeter of my hair a mixture of the Extreme Professional styling gel, and then I use a little, when I say a little bit of Got2b gel. The hair that I use for this style, I switch it up sometimes depending on what my beauty supply store has. This time I use the Janet Collection Mono Mambo Faux Locks. These are in a different color, obviously. These are in 60. But the ones I have in my hair are a mixture between 4 and 1. Yeah, I just had a mixture of them because I went to the store and didn't realize how much I needed. And luckily I had some extra faux locks in my house. That's another thing I suggest when you're doing your faux locks for the first time. Braid your hair down. Braid your hair down before you go to the beauty supply store. Counting how many braids you have. Instead of getting the hair first, you don't have to limit yourself to how many braids you want. Each pack comes with 12 faux locks in it. Also, you're going to need double the amount. If you're wanting to do the extended locks, so the ones that go all the way down, I would say these maybe like 30 inches, but don't quote me on that. You need double the packs of hair. I'm gonna show you how to do an extended lock. With the gray, I'm gonna add 2 gray pieces into the style just to switch it up this time. I'm gonna take these braids out really quickly and then I will come back to you when I'm about to refresh my edges. Okay, I'm back. Taking out my braids. I still kept them separated because I like the parting. And I am going to get my gel. So what I did was, I have the cap right here. I put a little bit of Got2b down first. I did that much. So like a pea size, a little bit more than a pea size amount. And then what I did was take like a glob of gel, put it into here, and just mix it around. This is probably way too much, but this is what it looks like. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit. Just putting it down and brushing the hair down in the direction I want it to go. This time, since I'm doing them over again, I'm not braiding down all the way to the bottom. So I'm gonna show you what I do. So start braiding. And like I said, braid it as tight as you can at the root. That way the lock has something to hold on to when you install it. When you put it in. Start braiding. Tighten after each braid. Now let's say right here. So like I said, like, what's that, maybe like an inch? A little bit like an 1.5 inches. Braid down, and then now I'm just gonna twist. So add 2 pieces into one and just twist around. That's it. When you get down to the ends, because I had it braided, I'm gonna put a little bit of gel just to hold the end. So that's what it's gonna look like. Like I said, it's gonna stay in the full lock just as well as a braid would. So now I'm gonna fast forward through these other 2 pieces.
And get with a deadbeat ass, so no, I don't want your number now. I don't wanna give you mine, and no, I don't wanna meet you nowhere now. Don't want none of your time. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride.
Start with this side, put these away. And you're going to need a crochet needle. This is from the beauty supply store. It's like maybe $1. And if you've never done locks before, the crochet locks all come with a loop. So they come already pre-looped. And what I do is, sometimes they kind of come mangled. So I take a rat tail comb and I just go kind of, as best as I can, go through the middle of the loop. Like that, go through the middle of the loop. And then I just push it all the way back as far as it can go in order to help me open the lock and I don't mess it up and mess up the curl pattern or whatever. Open it. So this is closed. This is open. And what I do is I go, so whichever way I want the faux lock to fall, I go the opposite direction. I'm gonna go like this and go right under the braid into the other side. And then, like I said, and see the thing is still open, keep it open. And I keep my finger in the loop, that way it keeps it open. And then I just slide it off my finger onto the hook. So slide it off, try to keep it as neat as possible, like that. And then finger, close it and pull it through. So now that you have the lock still open, you have the two pieces, your hair and the lock, and pull it through. And then just tighten, pull on the lock to tighten as tight as you can without pulling your edges or anything. Now what you're gonna do is, this is like the key. You need to find out which way the lock is spiraling or curling. Like this one, you see it's curled, it's going this way. So if you open it the opposite direction, it starts to unravel. See that? And then when you let it go, it furls back. So what you're gonna do is unravel the lock in whatever way it's supposed to go, and then you're gonna start wrapping around your hair. The way I've learned to make it look the most professional and natural is to try to start as close or on top of, if you can get on top of the knot, and just start the lock. So I'm starting trying to cover the knot, and I'm gonna cover and start wrapping there. So that's the wrap. And now you're gonna pull after each time you wrap around in order to keep the lock tight. So there you go. And once you get the first initial like few spirals down, you can just start going. Like I go pretty fast. So see, I'm unraveling and twisting it around my hair. Tighten, twist, tighten all the way down. And you want to make sure you twist all the way down to the end of your hair. So see, I have a little bit of hair left. I'm going to twist as much as I can into the lock. And then here you go. There's one lock. What you're going to do now is take another lock and you're going to open it up and just start opening it. So unraveling the whole thing all the way down. As you have it opened, you're going to open your first lock. There's no rhyme or reason to this. And just pull it apart. So now you have two pieces. I kind of like wrap them a little bit just so it's not as messy. So you have two pieces. It's separated. And now you're going to take that where that loop is from the original loop right here. And you're going to put it in between these two and make a knot. I just like to make sure like the knot is as small as possible because it makes it easier for the next step in order to cover it. So I've seen a few different tutorials on how to cover these. What I like to do and what works best for me is I use one strand to cover the initial knot that we have here, and I use the second one to cover the entire thing. Start twisting around the knot first, where you made the knot connecting the two pieces. So twist around. And then same with how you did up here to cover your braid, you're doing the same thing, unraveling to cover up this little piece of hair from the first lock. Now you're gonna take the last piece and start at the knot again, but this time you're gonna try to do it as tight as you can and make sure you're covering the entire piece that you started with. I start twisting this kind of the first piece a little so it helps me keep it tight. This extended style takes a little bit longer than what a usual style would for the faux locks. Faux locks will take maybe like, at this point now after doing it for 2 years, maybe it takes me like to braid my hair down and to put the faux locks in maybe 2 hours. This one does take a little bit more, it's more involved I would say, but it's not that hard to learn. So I have a little piece left, but I have way more of the original piece that we wrapped around to begin with. So what I'm gonna do is to conceal this part, I'm gonna start wrapping the longer piece around the smaller piece. So what I'm doing is, this is the smaller piece, I'm now wrapping the longer piece around. So still unraveling it and just wrapping it around as tight as I can. Just this way maybe. And then eventually you'll cover up the second piece that you were wrapping with completely. And now, what I do if your pieces are separated kind of like how this is, so you're just gonna twirl it around itself. Twirl it between your fingers, and then there's your extended lock. Last thing, and then we're done with the video. I'm gonna do my edges. I have this little brush that I got from the beauty supply store, and what I'm gonna do is use this extreme gel. My baby hairs change with my mood. Today I'm being very conservative. Pretty sure everyone kind of has their own way of doing their own baby hairs. So there is my extended faux locks tutorial. And yeah, it's super easy. With all the packs that I had to use for the extended style, I've maybe spent, each pack is $5. For this one I needed 8 packs. So maybe $40 I've done with this entire hairstyle. And maybe if you're adding the crochet needle, the brush, the gel, maybe this whole style cost $50. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was informative. I hope you guys learned something. And I hope you guys try this hairstyle out for yourself. Like I said, I love it. This is one of my favorite hairstyles to do. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye.